All right, so we're taking a look at the roof. You've got a lot of driveway space here, which is good because we'll need to put a dumpster here and then parking for everybody. We do not suggest parking close to the roof at all. We would love you to park on the street, but we can go over those details at a later time and work with production on that. But ultimately, when we're throwing the shingles off, it's gonna happen from here. We're gonna stack them up, toss them in. The gutters, they're newer, as you know. They are screwed in through the drip edge. The drip edge will be replaced. So this is something that I could explain to you how it gets done, but any roofer is going to come across the same thing. And the gutters aren't physically going to come down to be reset. So same thing goes with these ones over here, as well as on the other sides. You've got ridge vent ventilation, which is good. You've got a lot of ridge to utilize. Ridge vent looks like it's cut out more than it's actually installed, so that'll need to change on the next go round. You have a power attic fan here next to it. You're really not supposed to have two sources of ventilation next to each other. It does appear that it could be leaking just based on the installation method, but we can have a discussion further on the ventilation for the roof. So if you're having issues with ventilation, we can talk about a solar attic fan and plugging up the ridge vent, but ultimately we shouldn't have both next to each other. All your penetrations and pipe boots, those will get replaced. You've got a few throughout. This one's usually for like a dryer. This one's usually for like a kitchen hood, plumbing vents, bathrooms, fart fans, things like that. So those all get replaced and they'll be done with lead this time, like your neighbors next door. There is definitely an issue with the tie-in. Whenever they did this roof, they did go up the shingles. You can see a few different repairs. So ultimately, if you're having leaking coming down that soffit and wall, it looks like that'll get fixed with the shingle re-roof. We'll come down to it just kind of like you see here. But ultimately, if these systems ever have leaks, it'll be on the tape where the seams are on the roof. So tape all looks good. Silicone could fix that down the road if you have any issues, but the roof up here is the issue from what I can tell. One more thing to point out, all your roof to sidewalls look good. You do have some wood siding. You do have a little bit of rot here. Shadows in the way a little bit. So things like this will get replaced. There's no flashing there currently, so that's one of the reasons probably why it rotted. And so we'll be adding a little piece here. So overall, not a hard project. Just need to talk about the ventilation, make you aware of how we're gonna have to reset the gutters.